Alright guys, so I'm just going to walk you through how to create your form for your escape room. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to create your Google form. You'll do that using a blank template. Once that has set up, you can title your template here, and then also, for example, here it will automatically update, and you can add any kind of instructions that you want here. So something that I have done is I actually like to include some hints for my students and some specific instructions. For example, all answers should be in caps, there's no spaces, an answer can be both letters or numbers, or both numbers and punctuation. So this is really a good space for us to kind of give them a little bit of extra direction when it comes to creating their escape room. The next thing you're going to do is going to get the type of question that you want. So we want answers to be very short, so we're going to give them a short answer question here because it might just be one word. You can title your question. It can either be key 1 or answer 1, really depending on you, and they will give a short answer here. Now, to make sure that students have to do this question, we're going to make it required, which means students cannot move on from this question without having done it. And just to make sure that the prison bars are nice and tight here, we are also going to go to response validations and limit the answers that they can give. So here you can see we can actually choose whether our answer is going to be a number, text, length, or regular expression. For today, we're just going to focus on numbers and text. So we would use text if our answers are only letters, or if they're a combination of letters and numbers, or numbers if it's only numbers. So for example, if this answer is text, we would include here contains, and here I would include my answer. Now, custom error text, this is a hint that you can give your students or a little bit of an extra clue. So generally what I like to do is I like to restate the instructions for my students. We all know that kind of struggle sometimes with reading instructions. So here, for example, I have the answer is Harry Potter, no spaces, and here we'll say remember capital letters and no spaces. So it kind of gives them a hint and just guides them a little bit for when they are answering these questions. It is important to remember those two important things. One, make sure that you have your question and answer as required, and make sure that you have your response validation so that it really limits students. This means that if a student does not answer the question correctly, they cannot move on from the form itself into the second section. So for us, we really want to kind of make sure that they get the right answer, especially when it comes to an escape room. Now, once you have done this, you can duplicate this and continue to do this for all of your other questions or for your keys that you want. The second part is to create your second section. Now, this is really what students will see after they have submitted all of their answers and they are correct. And this is like a nice little kind of message that you can give to your kids. Sometimes it's nice to really stay on theme, especially if it's like a holiday or if you're doing vocabulary. For me, I created this escape room for a lesson where my students are actually going to create their own escape rooms, and we are going to participate in their escape rooms in class. So what I've done here is I've included some images of my bit emoji here and success. Well done. You've been able to escape the room. Now it's your turn, in that they will be the next ones to create the escape rooms.